Dude, that light is like a fucking like sniper light, dude.
Boom.
You know it is.
It's a flash. And then
It's
you
just
look behind
one
you, there's
green
literally a
light,
sniper
and
right
it's like right in the front, and it's just like sniping them out like Alien versus Predator style.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the first episode of the Penguin Awareness Podcast, episode 1. It's your host, Old Man Grandpa here, back at it again. It's your boy, freaking GrandPaPenguin. We got a couple of co-hosts and guests. First up, we got Mr. Crash 1989, who is undefeated in Valorant with a win-loss ratio of 5-0 matches. Clap for that. Next up, we got my man Shane's Live. He lives in Boston, Massachusetts. He's a live streamer who likes playing video games but rages at the same time and acts like XQC.
Okay.
And he is a 3-time world champion in Overwatch, Fortnite, and Valorant.
Oh my god. Very true.
Next
And
up,
truers.
last up, we got Mr. Mans, aka David. He's the person who built my PC, who carried me, and he carries my brother Chewy at Rocket League, and he loves playing bowling.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's freaking
Real
go.
bowling or Wii bowling?
No, it's like real life bowling.
Oh, okay, guys.
Do you bowl with
I'm
two
cracked
hands
at
or
Wii
one
bowling,
hand?
too. Just one.
Oh, I thought you
Unfortunately, I
you
wanted
bowl
to
with
bowl
two
with two
hands
hands.
because of Jason
I would've bowled
Belmonte.
two hands. Hell yeah.
Let's start off with the podcast. Have any of you guys played the older Call of Duties? Let's say, for example, Call of Duty Finest Hours, COD
Played
Big
them
Red
all.
1, COD 3, COD 4, stuff like that.
Played them all.
You played all
Yeah.
of them?
Oh, you played all of them.
No Life Nerd.
I've been around for a while, okay?
Yeah, he's been around.
I've played since COD 4.
Oh,
I played since Modern Warfare 3.
okay. If you want, we can elaborate what's COD 1, COD 2, COD 3. Basically, COD 1, COD 2, COD 3, single player game. I think COD 3, they first introduced multiplayer.
They have multiplayer in COD too, but there's no online part to it.
Yeah. I think it was split screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
I think you could system link it on the Xbox, but that's about it.
Yeah, I know in COD 1, COD 2, and COD 3, it was about World War 1 / World War 2, if I'm correct.
2.
2? It was all 2?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember, yeah, my first COD was the Finest Hours, which was like COD 1. I liked it. COD 2 wasn't that great. And I tried COD 3. I heard people talk about the reviews. COD 3 was terrible.
It's been a while since I played the COD for the original COD.
Can you actually name all the Call of Duties in order?
1, 2, 3. Modern 4 Modern Warfare. Then Modern Warfare 2. Black Ops. Modern Warfare 3. Black Ops 2. World at War's in there somewhere. I don't remember specifically.
Oh yeah, War at War. I forgot about that one.
Then you got Black Ops 2. Or the other one, I think.
Look at Shane.
He's popping off, dude.
It was close, all right? It's COD 1, COD 2, COD 3, COD 4, Modern Warfare, War at War, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 2.
Mm-hmm.
You said Modern Warfare 2 twice.
War at War, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1,
He said it 3 times.
Modern Warfare 3,
I think you restarted it from World at War.
War at War, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 3, Black
Modern
Ops
Warfare
2,
3.
COD Ghost, Advanced Warfare, Black
I
Ops
forgot about
3,
those shitty ones.
Infinite Warfare, World War 2, COD Modern Warfare, and then he were Black Ops 4,
Remastered, yeah.
and then Cold War.
And then we hit the remastered.
That doesn't even count.
Does Infinity War or Advanced Warfare count?
No. And
Because-
Ghost doesn't either.
Ghost. Those were all trash.
I remember you
Straight up
played like
trash.
2 games of multiplayer. You thought it was done, Shane.
Dude, Ghost, okay, I bought that, like, pre-ordered it.
If I want to play it,
Hardened edition. Like, so the cover was hardened, like metal, and it came with a bracelet and a poster. And I played 2 rounds of multiplayer. And I just kept getting spawn killed. And I said, I'm done! Get it out! I threw it out to my neighbor's house. I said, you can have this, dude. This game is garbage.
MW3
Oh my
came
God.
out. I bought the top tier version of that. When
Oh,
it
that's
came
what
out.
we got as well.
I was just like, man, MW2 was the greatest. MW3 is going to be better. And it wasn't.
I remember being hyped when Black Ops 2 released.
Yes, I remember that.
That was awesome. I remember that one too, but I didn't go crazy for
Let's
that.
Ops
go.
2
Let's go
actually
rewind
stood
a
up to
little
the
bit.
hype as
Let's go
well.
rewind a little bit before
It
Black
did.
Ops 2, because we could work our way towards Black Ops 2. You guys say you guys never played World at War? Because I know Crash, you have played it.
I haven't.
I have played it.
I didn't play it.
not a lot.
I didn't play it at release, but I've played it.
I think Shane will actually like playing World at War because they introduced like the American Revolution and then the Russians in World War II.
The campaign in that game is ridiculous.
Campaign is crazy. Like, I remember when you use like a sniper or a shotgun, you shoot someone, their limbs fly off.
I remember playing the last
Oh,
mission about
shit.
50 times.
Yes. And then as well, like, as soon as you beat the entire campaign, you unlock the Nazi zombies. And when I first played that, I was screaming.
That was. I remember zombie mode. That was amazing.
Yo, the Nazi
Modded zombies is even better. Unfortunately, they took away support for it on PC.
Are you serious?
Oh, no.
Yeah, like pretty much all the sites are shut down at this point. Like you can't get any custom zombie maps for World at War anymore. It's all Black Ops 3 or Black Ops 4.
It's Black Ops 3. Oh, wow. That's terrible. So-
Yeah. Modded zombies didn't even release for Black Ops 2.
Oh,
Like,
yo,
they just
that's
completely
trash.
skipped over it. Yeah, I know. It's
Zombies in
pretty
Modern
bad.
Warfare 2 was good though. I liked it.
Yeah, the maps were good.
Black Ops 3 zombies is arguably the best.
Yeah, right now.
I could say that. Yeah, that one's pretty good.
The DLC
Really?
alone.
I didn't really play
Yeah.
much of the. Well, I didn't really play much of zombies. I mean, I played zombies, but I didn't play it a lot to where like I loved it.
Yeah. Black Ops 3 was like good for the multiplayer. It was, I would probably say that was the best jetpack game during that era besides Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare. Black Ops 3 was probably good.
Yeah.
Because you had the wall riding and then you had the thrust jumping and then the multiplayer. The score streaks were good. You got the dogs, the Raps, you got the Wraith, Hater.
I was trash at the multiplayer, but I was really good at glitching in Black Ops 3.
Oh, my God.
Modern Warfare
you're
2
shooting me with a
glitching.
rock.
I
I
remember
wasted my
that.
life
The
on.
modded lobbies in Modern Warfare
Why
2.
am I being shot from this rock? This is bullshit.
Yeah, because you could literally wall breach into anywhere.
Oh, most of the time, yeah. I remember like modding or hacking my little clan tag where I have like the Xbox logo button or whatever in it.
That was Modern Warfare 3. I remember that.
And hey, put this little
Oh, yeah, of
combination in
course.
it. It pops up with like an A and a B and everything else.
I remember modded lobbies in Modern Warfare 3 because you would use like the modded the striker and you would just launch yourself on top of the dome.
Yep.
That is well, yes. Those modded
Yup.
lobbies, oh, those were good times. And then like you could jump super high in the air, you could move super fast.
Then your game would crash.
Yes, and everybody would be pissed.
Yep.
Modern Warfare
And then
2,
we
I
lost.
liked Modern Warfare 2 because everything else like was perfect in that game. You got like the Rust lobbies, the quick scoping era was starting to begin. Quick scoping was out for like COD 4, but it was starting to pop off with the 1v1 Rust matches.
I hated quickscopers so much
Why is that?
because I'm sitting here like running around a map and I see dead.
He's just
I was
mad 'cause
like-
he can't do it himself.
Yes,
Exactly.
100%. But
Just hard
I would
scoping.
be like running around and I see someone like pick the gun up in the kill cam and it's like, oh, I didn't even look through the scope and I'm dead. Okay. That's bull.
Yeah. Oh, as well, have you guys played Michael Myers in Modern Warfare 2?
Like,
I haven't, but I've heard it in like other like Call of Duty games.
I remember they had like specialty game modes in Modern Warfare 3.
That was good.
Infected.
And, like,
Infected
yeah,
probably
Yes.
was the fan
Infected
favorite.
gun game.
Yes.
One in the chamber. I was awesome.
Although,
in the chamber.
Black Ops really kind of popped off with the party game modes because they had sticks and stones and they had sharpshooter. So it was way before Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah, and
got
then they had the
released.
wager
Yeah.
mode. Yo, the wagers.
Yeah, the wagers. Yep.
You go with the high roller, and then you win at the end. You make like 500,000 COD points.
Everyone's trash talking. In like gun game.
Don't trash talk was
Oh,
the
gun
best.
game was so
I
much
hate-
fun.
I liked gun game, but I hated it because I always got stuck with weapons that I never knew how to use.
And then when someone just humiliates you, just keeps sniping.
Mm-hmm.
You'd always end up at like 25 kills by the end of it because you couldn't get off the ballistic knife.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
the crossbow
Or you would demote yourself because you killed yourself with the RPG.
or the Grim Reaper.
Yeah. The China Lake.
What would you guys rank best weapon in Call of Duty history?
Oh my god. All right, someone else go before me because mine is bad.
I'm so tempted to say like the UMP silence from MW2.
I want to say the dual vectors from MW2 because that was my favorite combo in that game.
Best
Was
weapon.
dual vectors, tac knife, and something else. It's been a while. And
Mine
then you
has to
had,
be ACR for Modern Warfare. MW3, screw
Which
it.
one?
ACR.
Yeah, okay.
I like the scar from MW2 though.
Dude.
Ooh.
There was this gun. It was on Black Ops 2, I believe, and it was a 3-burst gun. And I can't remember the name of it right now.
B23R.
What was it? It was like a 3-burst shot. Like a
Like an assault rifle, but a loaded in the
Yeah.
back.
yes, it's something with a number in it. G11.
Oh,
The
Black Ops 1.
G11.
Oh, that thing was good.
Dude, I was
Yeah, the
so
G11
OP
was
with that.
cracked.
If only
I
yo,
was OP with
that
that.
would have made the G11 OP if they had a red dot sight, not an ACOG scope.
Oh my goodness.
If
Okay.
I wanted
It
to
would
go
literally
off
be-
the game, I went to my speedy run mode guy. Because you know how, and I remember in MW2 and MW3 and in Black Ops where like you had certain classes for like what you wanted to do in the game. For like, I can't remember what the hell it was called, but like you'd have a class set up where like you're super quiet and really freaking fast.
The ninja
Yeah.
perk or something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and I was just if I wanted to go off, I just went to whatever I had my vectors on with the tac knife and just ran around the map the whole time. Barely
Yeah.
ever got touched.
Whatever developer came up with death streaks needs to be fired.
Modern
For
Warfare
real.
2.
No,
For
They need
real.
to be fired.
Marty Dom was the worst.
No, the health one was the worst. When
Oh,
you-
the painkillers.
Yeah, the painkillers. That was the worst, yo.
I have a
'Cause I
question
would
for you
shoot someone
guys.
and it would be like a whole magazine before they died.
What's the most annoying perk that you guys hate in COD? Second Chance, Marty Dom.
Second chance wasn't that bad.
What was the other one? That streaks. That man's hand.
Oh my god.
Oh yes, that one. I hated that one.
I hate that. You have to die like 7 or 8 times, and then you have a C4 in your hand. Try to ollie off bar someone. That's
I think
messed
a
up.
little suicide bomber every time.
Oh, they had that in Modern Warfare 3 infected when you with the Juggernaut suit. I remember that.
Oh my goodness.
Every time you kill someone, all you see is explosions.
I like the Spec Ops modes that they had in Modern Warfare 3 though.
Yeah, that was fun. I always wish they added prestigious to that.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I liked all of them. I liked all the little Spec Ops missions because you was cooperative too, which was awesome.
It's when LEA got big.
Mm-hmm.
Modern
It's
Warfare
with
3,
Spec
yes.
Ops.
I would say
Yeah,
it.
it's with Spec Ops missions. Yeah.
Oh, that really? I thought it was
Yep.
multiplayer.
He did a whole series on the Spec Ops missions. If you look at the views on them, oh my goodness, it's kind of ridiculous.
Compared to
I
now to
remember.
Fortnite, he's popping all of Fortnite.
Oh well, now it's
I remember-
crazy. But the
Every-
memes of him are also insane too.
I remember going through playing the Spec Ops missions and then getting stuck playing against the Juggernaut for the first time, and I was like, "What the hell is this thing?"
Yo. You hear the noise? I'm like, yo, I'm out. I'm scared. All right, we're gonna go to another topic now. Probably we'll come back to Call of Duty in another podcast, but we could talk about Call of Duty for hours and hours.
Oh
Have
my
you guys
God.
ever seen the Wonder Woman 1984 that just recently released?
No,
Nope.
I only heard that it was not as good as the first one. That's
I've
all
not
I
seen
heard.
it as well.
I just heard that it could have been just as well the bad guy's name versus her name because it was more about the bad guy than her at all.
I
Or the
heard
character.
some people, they were saying it was pretty much like a lot of talking. Like the ending, it was pretty much like the last scene. It was like 20 minutes of just talking, not action at all. Do you guys think it's probably the writers or the storytelling? Because everyone was at home due to coronavirus.
I mean, they could have made it action-y if they wanted to. I mean, there was action I bet there was action in the movie, so
They could have done better. I feel like we all know like what a superhero movie is supposed to be like. You know, like we have a general idea of it. So like the fact that like the ending is usually supposed to like pop off. You know,
a climactic ending.
Exactly. It's supposed to pop off. And the fact that it's just 20 minutes of someone talking completely, like, why the hell? Why? Just why? It's not even right.
Hey, at least it was better than like Transformers 4, where they had the same scene like 4 times. That thing was like 3.5 hours long. I don't want to see someone get caught by a door of a car like 8 times in a movie.
But
the same slow-mo effects. Like, come on.
They're trying to milk the time. Would you say that's probably laziness? The writers itself? Or not?
The writers are fine if they were talking for the last 30 minutes.
But
it could have been laziness.
So true, though.
When did they have the movie done, though? Did they have it done before COVID hit? Like, shut down the world, or?
No, they were probably doing it during COVID.
Yeah.
But also, they could have been recording different parts and times. You know, like they don't record the movie from beginning to end. So
yeah, right. But why release it? Why release a movie that's unfinished?
I would have postponed it.
Sense.
Like
yeah,
2021, 2022.
I mean, that's what
like how Cyberpunk got postponed for 2 years.
Yeah,
true.
Cyberpunk.
That game was
released like early last. Yeah,
but yeah. They're talking about that game forever, and apparently it's getting an update.
Would you say WandaVision's good? Because it was filmed during COVID.
I watched the first episode yesterday, and honestly, it is very different from like what you would expect like a series like that would be. It's very like I Love Lucy kind of vibes. I don't know.
Love Life, okay.
It's like I Love Lucy meets like modern day kind of. I don't know how to explain it. Like the jokes are very old school.
Yeah, because I remember them showing off the trailer. It looked so old school type.
It's very old school, but it's actually like very good. Like it's very
supposed to explain like where Wanda and Vision were between whatever.
Yeah,
kind of
a little bit, but like they're trying to be like normal, ordinary people in this, but have their superpowers. And it's just comedy meets superheroes at the moment. It's very good, though.
You would recommend it?
I would definitely recommend it. I'm going to watch the second one like right after this.
Watch every Marvel Cinematic Universe thing in period.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, I actually like Marvel over DC. Would you guys do the same thing as well?
Oh yeah.
I feel like I got really overrated by the end of it.
Like it depends, because Marvel is very good with the way they do things. Like
storytelling is amazing.
They do very good. DC kind of is slacking, like lazy, so bad. So the fact like DC, I want to see what they do with the Batman. The new Batman with Robert Pattinson.
Oh, God.
That right there. If that thing pops off and it's good.
They're not going to make a universe, though.
I know. That's the sad thing.
But what can you compare it to, though? Like, if you had to compare the two, and
like
the end of DC is, like, really good, then do you, like, compare it to, like, Endgame of Marvel? Because, like, I feel like there's just going to be no competition.
That's true.
Yeah.
The Marvel Cinematic, but the Marvel Endgame, or Avengers Endgame was, like, 10 years of build-up.
Yeah.
And then you have Justice League. Okay, sweet. I'm going to scream Martha's name and kill this guy.
Yeah.
And it's over. Woo!
Yeah.
And then at the end of Endgame, you have the snap.
Yeah.
Which is like the biggest moment, period.
This spoiler, so screw it. If you haven't watched Endgame, screw it. It sucks to be you.
I feel like personally, Marvel has more like connections because like you grew on that character. Okay, so like Chris Evans,
Chris Pratt.
he's and well, yeah, but like I mean, like the OGs, like you know, you had Tony Stark, and you had Black Widow, and you had Iron Man, and you had what is it, Captain America. They started from the very beginning, like 2000s, early 2000s, and you grew on that character.
2008.
Then you throw in Justice League, okay? So you have like
DC jumped on the hype train of, hey, we can make a universe. Let's go.
they did the same thing, but it was like rushed, and they didn't like put enough like into it, you know?
Yeah.
As much as Marvel did.
Plus, they couldn't really keep the same actors the entire time because now when Ben Affleck was like, hey, I'll play Batman. And now he's like, I don't want to play Batman.
Yep.
So it's just like, you need to either pay the people what they want, I guess, because, I mean, look at how much Robert Downey Jr. made during Iron Man from the first Iron Man to Endgame. Oh
Yes.
my God, that number was crazy high.
Yep.
They
But
gotta
then you
make a
have-
Hawkeye movie.
It's not going to be about Hawkeye, though.
Really?
It's going to be about his daughter
Oh, really? That's sick.
and how his daughter takes up the mantle of Hawkeye.
I think that's cool.
Because she does in the comics.
Of course
That's
you watch.
awesome.
Of course you read the comics.
That's awesome.
I have still to read my Wolverine news, my new Wolverine stuff, but yeah.
This personal opinion, I never got into DC. Like I tried getting into X-Men and then never got into it.
X-Men's Marvel.
Yep.
Really? What?
Yep.
Yeah, X-Men is Marvel.
Come on.
So it's Fantastic Four, by the way.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four was, oh man.
The first one was amazing. The second one was okay.
Yes.
Okay. So if you're saying like Fantastic Four with like Jessica Alba and like all those other guys, like the first one was good, and then the Silver Surfer one was so bad. It was so bad, dude.
I mean, the Silver Surfer was... I just don't like the character. But
Dude, the way they brought in Galactus in that one was just awful, dude.
I have to rewatch Fantastic Four, the second one. I don't remember anything.
Exactly, it's so bad.
All I remember is the guy riding a silver person wearing a surfboard.
and all I have to do is fly through the planet and it's gone.
That's
Exactly.
stupid.
Sleeper.
At any point in the movie, it could have ended by him going down.
But a good movie from DC is Wolverine. Is that Marvel?
Oh yeah.
Marvel.
Oh yeah.
That's Marvel?
Marvel.
That's Marvel. Wolverine is Marvel. Everything included with Wolverine is Marvel.
Aaron needs to get up to date with his
I know
with his
Batman and
Marvel
Superman, they're DC.
That's it. That's all you need to know.
And then
That's all you really.
Wonder Woman.
Yep, DC.
Green Lantern, DC.
DC.
Aquaman, DC.
Yup.
Superwoman, DC. Flash, DC.
Yup. Green
else?
Arrow, DC.
There you go.
Red Arrow, DC. Robin, DC.
Joker.
The Blue
Joker.
Ranger, DC.
Suicide Squad, DC.
The Blue Ranger is from DC.
Blue Ranger is garbage.
Shane said it.
Can you elaborate what you said about the Blue Ranger?
Okay, so here we go. You're gonna have to edit that part out because I swore. So, anyways, the Blue Ranger. This guy above me right now, he thinks that the Blue Ranger is a little punk. Okay, Blue Ranger. Let me tell you about the Blue Ranger because I grew up with the OGs.
Never did anything, stood aside, and the Red Ranger did everything and saved the day every time.
No shot. He was wrenching the Megazord together when it was dying. He's like, let me just type this shit in and fix the Megazord. And Red Ranger's always like, I gotta go out there and kill things. And then he does that. Blue Ranger is underrated. Okay, I'm
He's
gonna keep it a
underrated. There
stack.
you go.
Picks or didn't happen.
Picks are bet. I'm going to Google right now. Billy the Blue Ranger.
He actually registered
Rendition
the
of-
You don't
episodes.
see a picture of a guy like this. Just standing there the whole time.
If you're listening to this through
Or you.
Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Pandora, I'm sorry. Crash just looked at the webcam,
Just doing nothing.
doing nothing. Honestly, I slept on the Blue Ranger. The Blue Ranger was a sleeper. Billy was a sleeper. It was all about
What
Jason
the-
or Rocky.
The Red Ranger or the White/Green Ranger, the same character.
White/Green,
Were the
probably
only
all-time
one that-
favorite.
Yes. Were the best two pieces of that show, minus like the villains occasionally.
Yes. Not even Kimberly.
Rita was an awesome bad guy, the whole thing, because it was the OG bad guy.
She was a good villain.
Blue Ranger right here. Ready? This is how underrated this guy is. He was one of the top members of Angel Grove's high school science club and helped younger members with their experiments, such as a young boy who created virtual reality simulator for science fair. He started VR, dude. He started it.
But he's only in high school. How is he supposed to do that?
This was 92. We're back in 92. He's already throwing out VR. He's in VR chat talking to the weebs.
I didn't say he wasn't smart. Oh my god.
To the weebs. And
The
all
internet
those
wasn't that
inappropriate
involved in our
women
lives
showing
back
off their things and then things and things.
The internet wasn't that involved in our lives back then, so.
True.
He also created the wrist communicators that they used on their watch.
They were given to him
But
by
the
Zora
thing is, they didn't have VR chat back then. They had no weebs.
There was
So
no
hold on.
weebs.
I only watched a couple episodes and I got lost interest in the OG.
I
Power Rangers.
remember watching back now where it's like, oh my god, that CGI and all that stuff is so trash.
Yeah.
Compared to now.
Yeah,
Back
but-
then I was like, that's the greatest thing ever.
It's just too like back in the early Power Rangers. It was just too repetitive. You have the regular scene, you had the fight scene, you heard the fight scene,
Every
and then the
fight was
ball
almost
scene.
the same. Every fight was almost identical. It was just like, hey, they're just talking differently every time.
Yeah,
But everyone still watched it though.
Yeah.
It was still amazing.
it was
I had all the toys.
all-time favorite Power Rangers series.
Red Ranger.
Serious.
Oh, yeah,
not
of
the-
course.
Jason.
We're talking
Red
about
Ranger
series.
Jason.
I know Jason.
I'd say
Talk
the
about-
second-
First season.
I have to say the second season of the first series, because when they got the second version of the Zords, those were awesome. Like the Mystic ones or whatever the hell they were, with like the dragon and the giant
Oh.
turtle thing that's became the chess piece.
I wouldn't be able to recall that for my life. I don't know how you just can pull that off the dome.
How do you know that?
How recently did you watch the second series of Power Rangers to just be able to tell me that?
At least 20-something years ago. Back when it was still on the television on ABC in the mornings on Saturday.
It was on ABC. Are you serious?
It was on ABC or Fox, I can't remember.
I think it was Fox.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
But I remember going over to a friend's house every Saturday morning and just busting on all our Megazords and shit and just playing with each other. And hey, Power Rangers are on. And sit there and watch it.
That's the good times, dude. Those were the OG days.
Oh my god.
Dude, it was popping off back then, dude. We didn't have no
The
freaking.
face. No,
We
the face
didn't have
that
it.
I'm laughing at. Not what he's saying.
Sit there and watch it.
That's a weeb face.
that's the face that dude was making when he created VR.
All right, I'm done with this Blue Ranger crap.
Okay, next topic.
He's underrated.
Next topic. We're talking about the graphics cards. NVIDIA just recently released
the
the 3000
transition.
series, and then the Ryzen Zen 3 recently released with the Ryzen 5000 series. A lot of people cop these items, like for example, like PS5, Xbox Series X. Do you guys think is it
Scalper.
right for people to buy multiple stuff and then resell it?
Well, That's
I
on
mean,
them.
Did you see this scandal with the PS5 box? Someone sold a PS5 box on like eBay,
Well,
and it literally said "box" in the title,
yeah,
and it went for like it went for like $1,200.
I've
So
seen
it's on a
those.
PS5
I've
box.
seen people like post on. I've seen like TikToks and people like, "Hey, I'm gonna rip someone off," and this is funny. But it's
Technically,
just
he didn't
like,
rip him off. You put the box.
yeah, I know, but like it's meant for bots to buy it though.
Oh my god!
So like
why?
you put like I have a let's say like a RTX 3090 for sale for $1,500.
That's
So that's how much they are. That's how much they are stats MSRP. And there's a few of them where I saw like in the description it says this is just a picture of an RTX 3090. If you are a human, don't buy this. This is meant for a bot. And people make computer programs to buy stuff. That's how it goes out of stock so fast. And if an internet bot finds it, it just auto buys it.
That's like going to the grocery store and going to buy a box of cereal, and there's no freaking cereal in the box. Why?
Triggered I would be if I bought a box of Cheerios and I didn't get any Cheerios.
It's
Legit?
You pissed off.
Exactly.
Behind the building selling it to you afterwards.
That's messed up. It's like
not
going to
the grocery
Taco
store.
Bell. You order a Doritos Locos Taco. All they gave you is the thing
The
that holds onto
Dorito.
the Doritos.
They give you the
They just give you
Dorito.
They don't give you the fucking Dorito. They just give you the wrapper.
Uno Dorito.
You only get the Dorito.
You get the branding.
Are
you're
you
gonna pay
guys thinking about
$7 for it.
upgrading to the 3000 series?
Not for
Yeah,
a while.
once it drops in price.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
I'm
the
not
3070 is not
overpaying
that
for a graphics card.
No.
When they become in stock in the websites, yeah, I'll probably go out and buy a 30. I mean, I'm probably gonna go with a Ryzen graphics card,
But you can also understand why people would buy like a PS5 or like a new Xbox right now because they're just as powerful as like a budget gaming PC or more.
Yeah.
Like I can't build a PC for $500
Yeah.
and say, oh yeah, this matches the performance of a PS5. It
I
just
mean-
it just does not happen. It's not realistic.
a good
True.
comparison is the computer I got because I bought that thing for like $600 and it cannot put out anything higher than 1080p.
It's like the crazy thing on the PS5. You could go up to 120 hertz.
120 hertz and 4K.
Yep.
That's
And
ridiculous.
apparently they're both future-proof to play 8K displays and stuff like that. And I'm sitting here like, no one has an 8K television, so why does that matter?
Yeah. Like for me, I don't even care about 4K. As long as I have a monitor, a 240 hertz monitor, that's all I care about.
So what do you think about like people buying like a 3090 and a 3950X and they have a 60 hertz display? Like how triggering is that?
That is gonna be
People have that?
Why? Yes.
Yeah, people have done that. They have a
I
60
have-
hertz monitor and they have like a maxed out PC that's
What
like
the
15
hell?
grand. Yeah.
I have a
Yeah.
60 hertz monitor with a 1060 with an i5.
I have a 1660 and
No.
I'm gonna upgrade to the Ryzen 5800. I think it is.
I have a
68, I don't
1080
know.
and I already got a 144 hertz monitor.
Oh, that's
I'm
fine.
I'm in the same ballpark.
I just
I've got 60
recently
hertz.
I copped the new Ryzen 5 5600X. I paid a little bit over. This listed price, it was $300. That's like the original price that they released it. And then from Newegg, I got it for $388. I would say that's a little bit
Well,
overpriced.
you didn't buy the standard one. You bought an aftermarket, right? Like an MSI version, or
Nah, they don't have different aftermarket stuff with
Oh,
third
they
party.
don't?
Now,
Oh.
this is for the CPU.
Oh, I mean,
CPU.
I was triggered because when I bought my 1080, I got it like on sale or whatever, and then literally like a couple weeks after that, RTX released their 2060, 2070, and 2080 series. So
Yeah.
if I had paid like $200 more, I could have gotten like a 2070 Super and gotten so much more performance.
and
Yeah.
I
back
would have been
then,
bottlenecked. I would have been bottlenecked by my CPU anyway because I
It's
only
like
have
the
a
3060 Ti
6700K.
comes out. It's like $400. It's like even better with the 2080 Ti.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
the 3060 is like the best budget graphics card, period, because like it's only $400.
Yeah.
I mean, I say it's only $400, saying like $400 is nothing, but still, like in comparison to building a full top dollar computer, $400
It's true.
is almost nothing.
It
Mhm.
is.
You're gonna spend more. You're gonna spend like if you want a top dollar computer, like an i9 or like a Ryzen 9 or a 7 or something like that. You're gonna spend like $400 or $500 on your processor
That's true.
alone. So
I
Yeah.
spent 388 for a processor.
I was
Like-
building computers for like the past 2 weeks on parts picker, and just the CPU and the graphics card, which the graphics card that I was picking for most times I was building, it was a 300 series, and it was actually cheaper to go with the 300 series at the time.
So my old 1060 3GB edition sells for $300 right now,
Facts.
or 500, or like
I think
it's
my
crazy.
1660
I forgot you had a
like-
1060.
Yeah, I had a 1060. I put it in my brother's PC, right? And that thing sells for like 500. I bought it for like 250. Like
Yeah,
that's just
I
crazy.
think my 1660 will go for like $200 or something dollars brand new.
The power supply that I got 5 years ago, that's a 650 watt like modular bronze
Mhm.
power supply. That thing's ridiculously priced.
Yes.
Like
I need $100.
a thousand watt modular power supply right now is going for like 350 or some crap. Like it's just there's no stock.
Wow.
For it.
But then
So if
again,
you
when
want
you're
to upgrade
building
your
a
PC
computer,
at all,
when you're building a computer that has like a 3090 in it, so you need that huge ass power
Yeah.
supply. So you're
Yeah.
dumping more money into it.
Yep.
And then
Mm-hmm.
in order just to kind of run it, you need to have like an i9 or an i7 or higher top dollar version. And you're dropping like easily almost $3,000 on 3 pieces. Then you need to buy a good motherboard. So
Yep.
you're already like altogether after it's all said and done, you're in the $5,000 to $7,000 range.
I'm not
Just to
upgrading
build it.
to. I'm not upgrading to a 3000 series only because I don't do streaming or anything. You might as well just go with a 2080 Ti once they're
for
back
you,
in
yeah.
stock with the 3000 series,
Yeah.
and just combine that with the new DDR5 RAM and a new motherboard that actually supports
DDR5,
it.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, DDR5 is
Yeah.
releasing soon, so you might as well just wait for that. Combine it with the 2080 Ti and get like a mid-range Ryzen card, like a 3700X, and you can pretty much run anything.
Yes.
That sounds good.
Imagine,
Sounds like the best way to go.
imagine
No.
64 gigabytes of RAM DDR5.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. It's gonna, because I have like
I know what
bottom
I'm
tier-
doing next time anything comes out.
I have like bottom tier like DDR4 RAM. That's why I have 32 gigabytes of RAM, because I
Yeah.
literally have like 3,000 or like 2,600 megahertz
Megahertz.
RAM. Like, yeah.
Ugh.
I don't
got
even know
2
all these
sticks.
specs about the megahertz and all that stuff. All I know is 32 gigabytes is good.
So it's just like
All I care about is give me a 240 hertz monitor and a decent graphics card and I'll perform.
the
All I care about
RAM is how big and how nice your roadway is when you're driving down the road. The bigger and nicer it is, the more that can go down
Mhm.
the road. So like the higher number on the like 32 gigs of DDR4, 3200 megahertz is better than 32 gigs of 2600 because like it's more. There's a it's more memory with, or not really more memory. It's the same amount of memory, but it's like a better delivery of how the memory works.
Mhm.
It's faster. That's what I was trying to think of.
Multitasking is pretty much
A multitasking, okay.
multitasking is the RAM's job pretty much.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
if you were to open like 8 different Chrome tabs, if you have 8 gigabytes of RAM, I guarantee you that one, your computer's probably going to lag if you try and do anything else.
Okay.
And
that
the
makes
Chrome
sense.
tabs are gonna refresh because it doesn't keep it in the RAM because it has to delete it to do something else on your computer.
When we were building my PC, Dave, I should have went with the AMD as my processor. I regret it.
Unfortunately, it was during a time where like AMD was like growing, but I wasn't sure exactly like where they were gonna go.
Yeah.
Now they blew up, so it would be easy for me to decide, hey, let's go with an AMD CPU. But like when I built my PC, Intel was like killing the game like
It
5
was.
years ago. AMD didn't really have a competition as far as hey, Intel i5 whatever.
Yeah.
There's just no competition at all. Intel was just killing the market.
Yeah. I was in the same ballpark. Like when I built mine, Intel was like popping off at the time, and everyone was going more like Intel. AMD was around, but it wasn't very well known at the time.
Their graphics cards were relevant at the time, not their CPUs.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I went with Intel instead, and now I have an i7, and I'm just like, if I went with a freaking AMD, dude.
The thing is now too is that if you went with an AMD or if you went with an Intel 4 or 5 years ago, you now have to go through the painful process of replacing your motherboard because you have the wrong chipset.
Exactly.
So,
Okay.
you want to go with the newest generation though. You can still go like 8th gen and be fine, but you're also like you're 2 gen like a gen behind though.
I gotta get a whole new motherboard, a whole new cooler, the whole bit. I already know.
That's why I'm switching over to AMD. I was like, screw this. I could upgrade and reuse the same motherboard.
The next time I upgrade my PC, I literally pretty much might as well just build a brand new PC because I would need to replace the motherboard. I would need to replace my CPU. If I replace my CPU, I might as well replace my GPU. Like, and then my power supply would be a problem. So it's like, okay, well, I'll just save up another $3,000 and just buy another one.
Yeah. Basically,
I'm gonna build a Rise. I'm gonna build an AMD.
The only thing I can save is my damn CPU cooler because that's the only thing that's good anymore. And the RAM, maybe.
Build my next PC. I'm probably just gonna buy one off NZXT's website because I got a good. I built a pretty good one on there with a 30. I think it has a 3070 in it.
Ooh.
For $2,000. 32 gigs of RAM, 3070, 8 terabytes of Seagate hard drive space, and I'm just sitting here like 8 terabytes for $150. It's sold.
Yeah.
I was also thinking about
built into my house. I picked everything out, but I mean, put together.
I was also thinking about doing something similar to that because then you can go with like a water-cooled GPU and a water-cooled CPU, and you have a professional installing it. Although the problem with that is like my friend had an experience with his computer that has an i9. He has an i9 9400K, and they installed the CPU cooler. He has a water cooler. They installed it wrong, so the pump came out over a RAM slot.
Oh no!
Oh my god!
So they installed his RAM in the slots 2 and 4. Well, that slows down your computer because guess what? You're supposed to do it in 1 and 3.
Yeah,
everyone knows that. So they installed the pump wrong, and I was like, okay, who did you buy this from? Because you can't fix this because you literally it's literally impossible.
Yeah,
and I was like, I don't want to go with this company ever.
That's so bad, dude.
I was like, that's crazy. And now he has like all kinds of problems. I was like, oh, yeah.
Gosh. Oh, I know that when I built it on NZX's website, I chose 2 or 4 sticks of RAM. And they're like, we might have to turn your cooler sideways. And I was like, I'm okay with this because I'm never going to look at it.
Right.
No.
Yeah, if I was to like, if I didn't meet you to build my PC, Dave, I think I would have probably went with like NZXT for a part picker, NZXT PC builder instead of like CyberPower PC or Origin.
Well, now that I have the experience, I feel like I should just go with like a customized build and just pay a little bit more for it instead of trying to pick out parts, especially now. Yeah. Like going with a pre-built right now is definitely the way to go if you're trying to buy a PC.
Cheaper because of COVID and everything.
There's like $1,400 PCs that completely outspec mine, and I can tell you I spent more than $1,400 on my PC, and I don't.
Yeah, I don't want to end up doing when I build mine is just like, hey, drop $2,500 on it when I could have bought something that's just as good, if not better, from like NZXT or like 80. I
think that's what I'll probably do because my one friend is trying to look for building a PC. I might actually give him a pre-built one from NZXT. Yeah.
Just make sure you have your SSD and your hard drive separate.
Yeah.
And then you have, like, my friend bought his PC for $1,400 and has a 2080 Ti and 9700K, 32 gigabytes of RAM. Like, come on. Like, that completely outspecs my PC, and I spent twice as much on mine.
But the reason you can get it for that price, though, is because companies like that will buy everything in bulk.
Yep.
Yeah, kind of like Steam.
So they can afford to break even on the 2080 Ti because they sold you the case for an upcharge fee. They sold you everything else and made money on everything else. But like the selling point was the graphics card and processor, where they bought at cost and then they sell to you at. Technically, they sell to you at cost, but they make money on everything else. And then they do that like 1,000 times an hour.
unfortunately, the downside to that is if you go with a customized build, you can't pick the motherboard, so they might give you some off-brand motherboard that you never heard of. You might have never heard of the power supply company. Like they could give you some 600-watt power supply, and you would have to just replace it. My friend got screwed over because he bought a Alienware PC, a desktop, and those things have no upgradability at all. Like I looked at his case and it was so wonky.
The older Dell Alienware is weird. Like
Why?
the processor was embedded and like built into the motherboard and everything too, so you couldn't even do anything with that.
Not gonna lie, Alienware was kind of like Apple and Tesla. They're out of the ballpark.
Oh, you have an Alienware? You spend way too much money just to have the name.
Oh yeah, you spend like $300 on that LED light outside the case alone. Like, come on.
Yeah. But like, I looked up the motherboard and power supply. I can't remember what the hell they were, but they were like mid-tier stuff on NZXT's website. But you can also upgrade anything you want on their website, though. So
Why are you still laughing?
$300 for LED light.
It's so true, though, dude. Is that one green light and it's just flashing?
and then it goes out a year later after your warranty is over.
Yep. You can just go on Amazon,
like
just get
Mac.
a small LED strip.
Do you remember like the old like MacBook Airs that had the LED light, the Apple light,
Yeah.
and everyone
Yep.
put it on an iPhone, and then someone actually puts it on an iPhone, and everyone regretted it.
No.
It was cool.
Oh my god, dude.
My phone lights up. Yay! It's
My
stupid.
phone lights up.
Dude, that light is like a fucking like sniper light, dude.
Boom.
You know it is.
It's a flash. And then
It's
you look
just
behind
one
you, there's
green
literally a
light,
sniper
and it's
rifle.
like right in the front, and it's just like sniping them out like Alien versus Predator style.
I do have to admit though, the Alienware cases are sick. Like
They are.
But you
They are
can't
sick.
do anything in them.
You can't do anything in them, but they look sick though.
Mhm.
I liked when companies went like overboard with their laptops. Like remember that one laptop that came in like the Pelican case and it had all overboard specs.
Hell?
Like there was
No.
literally an external power supply. I can't remember. It was the Acer Predator 21X. That's what it was called.
I'm looking
And
at
it had 64 gigabytes of RAM. It had two 2080 Ti's. It had an overboard processor. It had 64 gigabytes of RAM. Like, God.
Two 2080 Ti's.
It had two SSDs in RAID 1. Like, that thing was like $8,000 when it released.
Since you're getting better at building PCs, you should try learning how to build a laptop.
You know, I've been challenged to do that before, and if I was actually given the case, and like I didn't have to spend the money on it, because I would definitely end up breaking something, I would try it. If it actually worked, that would be dope.
Yeah,
This laptop is just crazy.
What I was looking at how to.
We need to get this from James.
Yes.
It's got a trackpad. Holy crap! Side.
Yep.
Why? Why?
Magnetic, dude. That
Oh my god, that's great.
it's literally so cool. I don't know why. I want more companies to do that though. Just go like really over.
My mouse can move. Woo! I'm going over here now. I mean, that's a cool idea, but then it cuts away on the whole keyboard though, because then you can have like a full 100%
But the
keyboard.
thing is, it's like $4,000 on Walmart. I'm looking at $3,400.
Yeah. But look
Don't
at
buy anything from Walmart.
So, oh my god.
$6,000, I meant to say. So we're done talking about the graphics cards. We had a long topic about that. Next up, we're talking about DMCA topic. I'm talking about DMCA. You guys all know it's been out for the longest times. YouTube originally had it. Movies had it.
Copyrights.
Yeah, basically a copyright strike. So basically, I would say late. Probably the midway of 2020, they started having that on Twitch. And small streamers and medium popular streamers, they would get DMCA strikes. And then basically, I know a lot of Twitch streamers, they had to actually remove all their clips. I know, Shane, you removed all your clips on your Twitch.
Yep.
I removed majority of mine. I'm on, I think, midway of last year. I still have to back up a lot more stuff. But, like, I didn't get any... I didn't get hit with like an email or warning strike on DMCA.
You only get hit with I think you only got hit with a warning strike if you were a smaller streamer. If someone was being an asshole and like reported you for it.
Yeah.
So it was funny because one of my friends that streams, he gets like 30 average viewers.
Yeah.
And he has a virtual audio cable, so he can't hear the music that he plays on stream. And he was playing.
Oh my god!
He was playing this playlist that was on Spotify that said, "Oh yeah, like copyright, whatever, like copyright sounds." And it was pretty much all songs that wouldn't get you copyrighted. Well, little did he know that there was like 2 songs on there that would play that were copyrighted, and it was like radio hits that were playing on the stream. So every single time he would look at his VODs, like there would be like red bars that were like the audio was muted because these 2 songs would always play in his stream, and it took him like a month to realize. It was hilarious.
Oh my god!
I remember seeing like Tim the Tatman was doing like a just chatting section like he always does, and he's just sitting there looking at everything. And he's like, "Well, I gotta delete it all," but you're just looking at it like everything has to go.
Yeah, I know the streamer. He's pretty famous. His name is Moxie, but he got banned because of it, and when he got banned, he deleted like a lot of his clips and everything, and he's like a 5K Andy.
I was wondering why he was gone for a while.
And then when he came back, he was unbanned. He almost got banned again, but he was playing music that was copyright before the first time. They went through his VODs and they went through his clips and they banned him because he was actually playing copyright music. And then the second time around, when he was almost banned again, he was being really careful of what he was trying to play, but like he was so nervous to play any music at any point, so he literally was just playing the games. He wasn't even playing music at the time.
Yeah, because at some point, like you can play a song, and then like a month and a half later, it's like, oh, that's on copyright now. You can't play that anymore. Then they look back and go, hey, you played this song, so you can't do it no more. You're done.
Yeah.
So like
the timing's off, but okay.
My friend plays copyright music on his stream, and he has the rights to it. So Twitch banned him off Twitch because, hey, you're playing copyrighted music or whatever. But they didn't know that he had the rights to it. So he was allowed back on Twitch because he literally showed them like, hey, they gave me permission to play their music on stream. Like, you can't.
That's awesome.
It's kind of like what Grandpa did when he got the music for the PlayStation 5.
Yeah. PlayStation 5.
The PlayStation 5 reveal music. That was awesome music.
Would you guys say there has to be like a borderline between giving people like copyright strikes and all that stuff, DMCA strikes? Let's say, if, for example, if someone played like by accidentally a 3-second copyright sound clip, would you guys say there has to be like a borderline if you were to get like strike just because of that? Or like,
well,
yeah, it'd be hard to prove, but I mean, like, as long as you're not trying to make money off of it,
yeah,
I think that's the big part.
I think it's because the companies, like all the licensing and stuff like that in the music industry, if you're trying to make money off of their music that they are releasing and you're gaining money from it because of your own like deal of things of what you want to do with it, it's like I can understand on that point. Like, you need to get rid of that person. Like, that's so shisty, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But like, if
it would take too much time, I think. But I mean, like, if like say you or Shane are streaming and you have like a sound command that kicks off when someone does something or drops 1,000 bits or something like that, and it's a copyrighted audio, it's just like, it's just there to be there.
It's just like a 2-3 second clip for like a hype moment or whatever. Like, that should not matter, really, to be honest. And like in the case of your friend, like owning the license of whatever music, like, then he should be free to do whatever he wants with that music, like at all costs. But like, if you're just like, say like, at one point I was like, years ago, I would stream and like I would have like 2 or 3 songs that were like, when people come to my stream, they expect that song to be played majority of times. So like there's the song called Paper Planes, And every time people came to my stream and I played the Paper Planes song, people were getting hyped. They loved it. They thought it was a great song. It was really sick. But now I can't play that song because it's actually like copyright. So like I can't play that anymore. You know?
Yeah, like the same thing you were talking about like 3 seconds. I know like a couple people that on YouTube, they vlogged and they would go into like, let's say vlogging their life, and they went out to like a shopping center and then they were playing copyright songs like that, and then they would get hit a copyright strike just because of that reason itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like every case is technically different, and it would take too much time for them to go through and look at every single video and look at the context of how it's being used. Stupid on how they're going about how like you're like, oh, you're playing music, done.
Yeah, I feel like Twitch should have did this from the get-go. Like when you sign up to the Twitch platform, there should be copyright stuff with DMCA, because I know YouTube, they originally had that at the get-go. And they're like, oh, like if you by accident play like a copyright strike or like a copyright song onto the board, onto your video, you won't get like you'll get hit by a copyright strike, but you won't get in trouble itself. Because I've uploaded like, let's say like probably like over 1,000 videos on YouTube. I got hit a couple times with a copyright strike, but my YouTube channel's still up. So I feel like,
but you can only do that so many times though.
Yeah. But I feel like itself, I feel like ever since then, with them implementing the DMCA strikes and like random bans to like popular streamers, I feel like right now Twitch is like slowly declining a little bit compared to other companies.
Yeah, it definitely put on Twitch's part. It definitely slowed down like people like wanting to stream,
It put
and
things.
because I know like I just had a friend recently reach out to me and he was like, hey, I wanna start streaming. And I said, okay. I'm like, I just want to give you a heads up because I know how you are. I know you like to listen to music while you play your video games, right? And he goes, yeah. Can I just go on Spotify? I'm like, you can, but like there's certain things you can't be listening to while you're streaming. And I was like, I showed him Monster Cat, and Monster Cat is, most of it is copyright free. There's some that are not copyright free, and like I showed him a couple of them that are like copyright free, and they're like hours of music. So it's like, this is what you can mainly play, but I'm like, you can't play any music that is like Eminem or like rap music or like hype music, you know?
Unless you went out and bought the rights to it.
Yeah.
And you spend a butt ton of money on that because God knows they want their share of money for that stuff too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is why this whole thing started up, because like, oh, it's the same with downloading music for free, like illegally on the internet.
Yeah.
Educating.
When LimeWire was out, it was awesome because you could just download anything you wanted and it was there. By the way, that's too old for you guys anyway.
Yeah. I remember a LimeWire though.
Can you explain what's a little bit of that?
LimeWire?
Yeah, I never heard of that.
It was
My
a program
brother
that
used
came
it, so I
out.
know what it is.
It was a program that came out a while ago. It was like, hey, you can download anything you want for free.
Yep.
And they had a premium version of it for like $25. But you could use the original LimeWire program to download the premium version of LimeWire for free, which is $5. So that you had the premium LimeWire program for free because it was like, hey, $25 for LimeWire, or I could just download it and download it again.
But the thing
So,
is,
like, you could download movies, music, anything really, like anything media related was on there.
could you
There
get
was
like
a lot
viruses
of
from it?
crap. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm about to
crap.
say.
It's basically AIDS for your computer, but it's great.
It was awesome back in the day because I'm like, Dad, can I download this? He's like, yeah, sure, whatever. And I was like, okay, wait, the computer turns off. I was like,
Okay, so I remember spending hours just downloading music illegally like that a long time ago. And then your dad goes on the computer and he needs to go do something. Why is my computer taking 50 years to like load up?
and you're sitting there the entire time, like the beginning of like all my.
I don't know, Dad. I downloaded a lot of music though. Isn't it cool?
I remember having my little like tiny MP3 player, and I was like, my dad was always like, okay, as soon as you put it on that, delete it. So I had a really computer. I'm like, okay. So I talked my parents into buying me like a 500 gig hard drive, 500 gig little hard drive I could plug into the computer and have all my music on it. So I remember doing that. That was awesome. That was a long time ago. But now I pay $10 a month for Apple Music, and now I have everything I ever want on a little computer screen.
I got Spotify Premium.
Yeah, Spotify Premium's the way to go, just because I don't think you can get Apple Music on a Windows computer. I don't think that's how that works.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure you have to have a Mac.
No,
You
you can have iTunes on your computer.
yeah. You download iTunes and you can have it on there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, what would you guys say is better, honestly, of all the music services? Spotify, Apple Premium, or Apple Music?
Okay, so
or Pandora?
Apple Premium.
I like Spotify because I have like custom songs that like other people have said, hey, like my uncle made this song, like, and you can just throw it on Spotify after you download the MP3. With Apple Music, I'm not sure if you can do that. I know you can do it with Google Play Music. Google Play Music is pretty open as far as
like everything else Apple, you have to go through like 35 fucking windows.
even YouTube Music is pretty good.
That's what I mainly use is YouTube Music. And it's kind of like Spotify, but it's like not as good as Spotify, but it's still like really decent.
Yeah. And you get to watch the YouTube.
And you can watch the video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I go with the Apple one because I can just download. I don't know. I didn't have much luck. I don't know why, but my phone messed up when I downloaded Spotify and had all the music saved on here. It took way too much room or something.
I'll be the one to say because I had like all the music services at one point. I'll be honest.
Discussion.
I had Spotify, Apple, YouTube, and at one point I had Amazon too.
Oh yeah, Amazon does have a service. That's right.
And I got rid of the iTunes, even though that one I used a lot more than all the other ones. But I got rid of that one because I mainly do YouTube music more than anything else. So it like worked with me better than all the other ones. But like Apple, I will say the fact that you could download the song and like whatever, you could be out in the Sahara Desert, you have no service, and you could still listen to that song.
Are you serious?
Okay,
yeah, offline. And if you download the song, you have an offline mode where like you have your downloaded section and you're not downloaded, so you can have all your stuff. You can stream it or play it from your phone.
But you can still do that with Spotify as well, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
iTunes was really nice when like iPods existed.
Yes.
Like
back in the
remember
day.
like the iPod. Well, not the iPod Shuffle, but like the iPod Nanos when you could actually like see what song you were picking. I mean, that was pretty dope because then you just had like a separate audio device, so you would free up phone space before they had like
It was a
64 gigabytes of
like
storage
Apple
and all
Watch.
that. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Everyone knew that if you had the Apple, if you had that iPod Touch, you were on the game, yo.
You became the DMs.
You were the man.
You would.
Yeah, you were the man.
You would. There was always that kid in school that had one that had a bunch of X-rated stuff on it for no reason.
Yeah, I had a friend like that.
X-rated stuff?
In high school, the only time I remember anyone having like a screen on their MP3 player was like, "Hey, look at this picture." And it was like, okay, that's a naughty picture. Why is that on there? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Oh, okay.
Now if you go to Apple's website, you can't even find the iPod on there. Like it's fully like out.
Wow, they banned it.
I'm pretty sure. There's a new one that they released a couple years ago that still had like Apple ID and all that, but it looked like an iPhone 7. Like,
I mean, it was.
Oh my god.
They don't have anything on the website right now.
Okay.
yeah.
Last topic before we actually get off. I just started this my mind right now. What would you guys go since it's 2021? Would you guys get a Apple device or an iPhone or an Android device?
Okay, so let's start off by saying, look at the S21 Ultra right now that's about to release for Samsung. I'm just saying their design of the S21 Ultra, their cameras are a little bit different, but they went with the exact same design. And also you notice that Samsung, they removed the charger out of the box. Oh yeah, you don't get a charger anymore because Apple did it. So you see where this is going. Like everyone's just kind of whatever Apple does, everyone else
deleting the
follows.
waste.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I
And-
heard the new iPhones, they're eventually gonna take off the charger, and then they're gonna make it wireless charging with the magnetic in the back.
Yes, they already have started doing this.
That's why they did the MagSafe shit now, because you still have a charging port on there, but like the idea is like 2 or 3 generations from now there will be no port at all on it.
Yeah, you're gonna be sticking the back of your Apple phone to a freaking fridge, basically, eventually.
Yeah, imagine going to work.
Today.
You don't.
Dude, I do that today. I literally have like a MagSafe thing in my car. I stick my iPhone to the. It's amazing.
It's amazing.
It's literally amazing.
But you don't have. Do you have Apple CarPlay? That's the thing.
Apple CarPlay. My car is not up to date enough to have Apple CarPlay. Okay.
I have Bluetooth like to my phone, so I can just say, "Hey Siri, do this," and it just does it. But I don't have CarPlay. I don't have CarPlay in my car. I just have
What if this is just like years down the line? I'm just gonna say it. Apple releases a car,
Apple car.
an apple in the shape of an apple.
my God.
Oh my god!
How much horsepower is that gonna pull? It's probably gonna be electric. How much horsepower is that gonna pull in the snow?
Their center panel is like an iPad Pro.
Yo,
It's
you
an
just
It doesn't need-
okay. Imagine the Apple car shape of an apple just rolling in the snow, dude. Just rolling.
Their commercials are like the lemon law commercials.
So I was like, "Hey, you have the Apple Car 3. Hey, the Apple Car 6 is out now."
Oh damn! Gotta
Tesla-
pre-order that shit.
Tesla versus
Car
Apple.
6S.
And your software update doesn't support the latest version of off-roading.
Damn.
iOS for the Apple car. This version supports air conditioning.
Yes.
Yes. I'm not gonna die in December
We now
anymore,
have a
guys.
radio in this version.
I could just imagine electric seatbelts, electric heated seats. Oh no!
Could you imagine? Oh my God, no! I don't want to imagine electric
Heated
seatbelts. 'Cause I
steering
don't
wheel.
Electric power steering.
to go back to the subject. I mean, like for work, I wouldn't mind having a Samsung Galaxy Note Ultra 20 or whatever the fuck bullshit it is, just because I would be able to take notes on it, like on the fly. I could take the pen out and write down shit for work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But like for general use, I love my iPhone. I never thought I'd say that.
Yeah.
It's also like the media consumption phone.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
just
like
So simple to use.
yeah. It's super simple.
I've never had a virus or any kind of like app download mess up my phone.
Yep.
Because like on the Google Play Store, you can put anything you want on the Google Play Store and people will download it. And it can be like, it can have like some kind of encrypted file by whatever that will mess up this phone, but not that phone. And then
it's a third party thing. Yeah, it's pretty much like
Apple, you have to go through so many hoops, so many different lines of security to get anything on the iTunes store.
Yeah.
The only thing that I would say is the downside to Apple right now is the fact that if you have a Windows computer, you can get everything else in the ecosystem and you won't be getting the full experience just because you don't have a Mac. Like the Mac and the iPhone is like the famous combination for like efficiency purposes.
It's just
Like
it's
imagine being able
expensive.
to press a button on your iPhone and being able to take that web browser or whatever you're doing on your iPhone and just boop right onto your screen onto your iMac. Like that's awesome. But I can't do that with a Windows computer.
But that's only if you're using Safari on your phone and Safari on the computer, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but Safari is going to become more supported as Apple gets bigger and bigger, which they clearly are going to like take over the world at this point.
At this
Because I
point,
can have all my Chrome tabs on my phone on my computer too.
at this
so.
point, since we all build computers, we should just build an Apple computer. At this point,
Yeah,
We need to make a hack
unfortunately,
Pro,
that's not possible.
that's not possible. Technically, it is possible if you're an Apple engineer.
True.
Yeah. Well, if I was really good at soldering, maybe it would be possible.
Yeah.
I can weld.
I mean, that might do.
Welding.
Yeah,
Weld
might,
the
you might be able to weld, you might be able to weld an M1 chip into a
He just gets this huge torch.
computer. I don't know how you would get your hands on like first party like Apple products though.
No, you gotta buy it outright for like $6,000, then take it apart and build your own.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Take apart the Acer Predator X21.
I'm waiting for the days where there's a water cooled phone.
Yes.
Imagine.
Apple won't do it. I know that. But
I'm still waiting on
for the
Apple to
day.
make a flip phone.
Yeah, I mean Samsung definitely experiments more. Let's put it that way. They have the
They
Galaxy
do.
Fold, they have the Galaxy Flip. Like
They're
if
the
you
college.
want,
They're the teenage college drunk. Like, I'll try anything once.
yeah.
And Apple is the graduated kid from like Harvard.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Samsung is the cheapo mode.
Samsung went to some frat school. Like, woo, let's go.
Budget mode.
I'm gonna start collecting like old tech. I swear. I'm
Dude.
gonna buy like an old BlackBerry. Like remember like Droid commercials?
Yes.
I thought Droid was like the greatest thing ever.
All the old
Like
Windows.
when that first really Windows phone. Yeah, I want all three of those phones. I'm gonna get them
And
eventually.
get a Razor
I'm gonna
phone.
keep them. I'm gonna keep them in a box.
Dude,
And I'm just
does
gonna start
anybody
collecting, like, old tech?
remember the Sidekick?
Oh my god, yes.
You flip the screen and it just goes whapa.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
I
Let me look at that.
remember that.
My first
Look up the Sidekick, dude. That thing is sick
Sidekick or
as hell.
side flip?
Sidekick.
T-Mobile was a sidekick.
It wasn't
T-Mobile.
T-Mobile
I remember
exclusive.
my first actual like smartphone per se was the Evo Shift.
Oh,
And
that's
I was like,
lit.
Dude,
Dude.
I have a touch
Grandpa,
screen.
that was amazing.
I remember when I wouldn't buy a touchscreen phone just because I wanted a physical keyboard, like the slide out keyboards, or
That's why
like
I got the
ones where you
Evo.
could just flip and you would have a full keyboard right there. Like I would refuse to buy a touchscreen phone
Yeah.
at one point.
And that's the reason why I bought the Evo Shift, because I was like, man, I don't like the touchscreen keyboard. This is crap.
Yeah.
I can't see
Yo,
anything. So I'm like,
That would be so
biggest deal.
dope if Apple released a flip phone. That would be so dope. I always say, screw all these apps, screw watching porn.
I can tilt my phone up and watch it on the table.
Do that. I can tilt my phone right on the
Damn
keyboard. There you go.
But it doesn't work when you have your AirPods in.
Yeah, that's true. That doesn't work at all, does it? It's kind
Hang
of.
up the phone. I'm so take the AirPods out. You have your watch on. You're like, damn it, hit the button on the watch.
Yeah, that was the Apple Watch.
Yeah.
I don't even have no Apple Watch.
I love mine, but I need to get a new one because I have the first generation Apple Watches.
I
I
will
do
say
too.
that the Apple Watch is so much better than Samsung's watches just because of the text to speech. The text to speech is immaculate and it doesn't pick up any background noise when you press the button. It's so good. On Samsung watches, it's so trash. I had a Samsung Galaxy Watch for the longest time and it was trash as far as the text to speech.
I really like how connected everything is with Apple because I can have my AirPods in. I'm so crappy right now. I can have my AirPods in with my phone in the other room and my watch in my hand, and I can tell my watch what to text my phone to text somebody using my AirPods to listen to me because the AirPods are like the best microphones, period.
I will also say that the connection like never drops on AirPods. Like
Really?
I was literally all the way across my house and I had my AirPods in and I was still listening to like a YouTube video or something.
Yeah.
Like I completely like
forgot they were in.
on Android you literally are relying on Bluetooth. I swear there's something else that's backing these that makes it connect so much stronger.
There's like a chipset in it, but it's a really fancy Bluetooth chipset. But like I'm at work all the time, and I have my Power Beats or my Apple or my AirPods in, and I'm just like, I walk away from my line that I'm at, and I walk like what feels like a quarter mile away, and I'm still connected.
Okay, well, what I will say is that Samsung phones and like Android phones have so many more features or like so many more gimmicks. So like reverse power sharing. Like imagine Apple releasing that and connecting it with MagSafe, so you could literally just set your AirPods on the back of your phone and it be charging, or set your Apple Watch on the back of your phone and charge it. Like that would be, dude, so dope. I wish that Apple would experiment more.
Yeah.
I'm fully behind Apple doing what they're doing, but I wish that they would add those gimmicks like the 120 hertz refresh rate. Like no one needs it, but everyone wants it though.
Yeah.
I remember back in high school, you thought we were tripping with Apple phones. I remember you had the LG phone, Dave.
Oh yeah, I was fully behind it. I was fully behind Android because of the gimmicks. The gimmicks are awesome.
Like, this is nice.
Also, you can't not have iMessage.
Yeah,
Oh
that message is lit. You
That
can
is so
you
nice.
even text someone with the iPad across the world.
And there's a reason why iPhone users hate Android users. It's because you can't read the damn green text.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They make it so hard to read because it's a bright green on white. It just doesn't match.
and
You
plus,
can't do it.
people, Android users think we're tripping with FaceTime. FaceTime is key.
Yeah, FaceTime is kind of lit.
But you gotta
That was
have-
my first time using FaceTime today.
I only have
Really?
Yeah, that was my first time because
Oh my god.
no one else has an Android that I actually or no one else has an iPhone that I actually message.
Besides Hoyle.
Besides Hoyle, yeah, like literally our group chat is full of Android users, which is fine. I mean, if I had a choice, I would definitely rock both. If I had two SIM cards,
Yeah.
I would rock an Android phone in one pocket and an iPhone in
That
another.
could be your work phone and then your home phone.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be awesome.
I just have so much stuff that I need to remember at work, and I don't really want to carry around a notepad and my phone all day. So if I could, I would love to have the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra Note, just because I could pop it out, write down my specs that I need for work, and then put it back in my phone, and then later on, like literally have it saved on my phone, so then I can just go home and print off whatever I wrote down and call it good.
Yeah.
So I can have everything saved and everything. But I can also be like, hey, blah blah, take a note for this, and it just listens to me perfectly.
Pleasure to have everybody on board. You guys, thank you guys so much for joining with us. That concludes
Thank
episode 1 of the Penguin Awareness Podcast. Appreciate all you beautiful people stopping by. Thank you so much. Next time on episode 2, we'll get different guests. Leave it down in the comments. What do you guys think of this crew? Because we might run it back with this crew again.
I feel like Tech and COD is going to be the entirety of this podcast.
Basically.
True.
Yes. All right, catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.